Hello, everybody. Welcome to After Hours, where I'm Rhett,
I'm Savannah.
where we talk about movies that we just watched. We just watched Wonder Woman on the 16th of June, and we're going to give you our thoughts, our honest thoughts. And
We're
we've
a little
seen
late to the party.
a little bit. How long has it been out?
A week, I think.
Oh, I thought
It's not too bad. We had a very busy week. He moved into an apartment. I worked all week, but
I thought it was already. I thought it was like out for not very long.
no, I'm pretty sure it came out last Friday.
That's funny. Okay.
Whatever that. The 9th?
Oh, so we are actually a week late.
Yeah, no, I think it came out last Thursday or Friday or whatever, but it doesn't matter.
Oh. No, it's just a week.
Yeah. We can still have an opinion on it.
I have a lot of strong opinions on this movie. Because, well, we'll get into that. The title probably evokes some suspicion, at least. It's probably like, why Wonder Woman doesn't do anything for women or something like that. Along those lines, whatever. But we're going to talk about what we liked about the movie first. We're going to do positives. We're going to get them out of the way. I thought that the cinematography, how they made choreographing the scenes, how they did that, I thought that was amazing. Because all the fights were really clearly done. You could see what they were doing. There was no blurry jump cut, shake cam, like quick. Because like usually movies like that, they cut like 4 times in a second.
Yeah, they do, because it's like
it's really
they're trying to make it look really cool, but at the same time,
they're trying to hide their mistakes.
Yeah. And so most action films are supposed to be so fast-paced that you don't really understand what's going on. And at least this one, they did use the slow motion to actually focus on...
Yeah, you got to see what the character was actually doing. There's a lot of flips and acrobats.
It was just for all the guys out there wanting to stare at her body. No, just
She's like, spread her legs in midair.
So what I thought was good, I guess, the story was really good.
Mm-hmm.
The overall just, like, premise of her being Zeus's daughter / princess kind of thing.
A very old story coming up now, how old Wonder Woman is.
Yeah. And the fact that, like mythology in general is not mentioned too much anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
so, like, it was kind of
really
cool to have that twist on a superhero
And it was also, like, done well in the movie. It wasn't forced.
And it wasn't, like, overly bearing, like...
And Zeus wasn't, like, in the
back,
Zeus
like... didn't come out.
It was, like Obi-Wan going, hello.
So, I actually, when they first started talking about Zeus, I was like, oh my gosh, this movie's gonna end with, like, Zeus coming out of the clouds.
I kind of thought that, too, because that's happened a little bit. And
I seriously did think that, but they didn't do that, and it was kind of nice to have a superhero type movie have a mythology twist on it. That's just the nerd in me, though.
Oh, no, I like it, too. I like how that when they were like, the god of war, and I thought that was interesting, and they used him, the Ares, they used him. Because he's a huge character in DC all the way, but, like, it was cool just to see him, and it was represented well. And I thought the twist in the story, I thought that the movie was very well written, but I thought the twist was good, too, because you didn't see it at all. The movie had almost a fake climax. And I was really angry because I was like, if the movie ends this way. There was a scene where Wonder Woman, or Diana, came in, and there was the German general, or whoever he was.
He was a German general.
Yeah. And she was like, you're Ares, and he's like,
He's
sure.
Like, he's like, what? And then she stabs him.
And she beats the shit out of him, and he goes, and he dies, and that was it. And I thought that was the end of the film for a second. I was like, are you kidding me? That's it? This is about to be the most stupid thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, but then it ended up not.
It was a fake climax.
It was good.
There was another character who you forgot about for the entire film who came back and
He's
was like,
very
by the way.
insignificant
Exactly.
throughout the entire film. I mean,
that's the one thing.
I think besides the last 15 minutes of the movie, you only see him like 2 or 3 times before, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
And he works with Chris Pine's character, so it's like, you don't even think it's...
They frame him as a good guy and he never shows up again. That's the only problem I have with it. Also, I should say, last thing I think is great about the film, like one of the last huge hit.
Okay, I did like the colors of it. It was like very bright, which, does that make sense?
They had a very good spectrum where they had very dark moments and they had very bright moments.
Yeah, and so it kept you very like, oh, this movie.
They juxtaposed it really well of the island, the Amazon island, against the World War I, like...
Well, I mean, it was very obvious because,
land.
the second that she wakes up and looks in London, she's like, this place is
shitty.
Like, it's hideous. And he's like,
it's not for everybody. I thought that was probably the best line in the movie because, like, that's funny. He's cute.
Yeah.
That's great. Last thoughts on what I really liked about the film. I thought Wonder Woman was portrayed to be, like, super badass. I thought she was really kick-ass. She killed everybody. It was awesome. Most movies I feel like are really stupid now. I think Superman when they like Man of Steel, I thought Superman was so stupid. I was like, whatever.
Like DC credit.
This movie was really good.
I mentioned this to you earlier. It's just like The Christopher Nolan Batmans are great.
They're really good.
And those DC movies are like their whole other.
Those three, the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy, they're separate.
They're just in their own little compartment over here. And then
that's why they're so good.
DC movies like Suicide Squad, which we went and saw together, and we also saw the
Batman versus
Superman together, and it was kind of like.
Those movies were goofy.
Did I just spend $10 to go?
I thought that with Batman vs. Superman because I could not tell what was going on the entire movie. It was just like this black blobs hitting each other left and right, and I was going.
Yeah. Okay. Long story short, this was a really
this is really good movie.
Great DC movie. And speaking of other DC movies, we do hope that they make a Deadshot.
If they make a Deadshot movie, because Will Smith was the best part of the movie.
I hear they are making a Harley Quinn movie.
That'll be good.
That I think would be good. She's probably the most she was like a really interesting character for that movie.
She and Deadshot, I forgot Margaret Robbie. Is that her name? Margaret Robbie? But she and Will Smith carried that film and made it.
And they have a cute relationship in the film too. Okay,
they do. Yeah.
We're going off on a tangent on movies.
I thought Wonder Woman. I thought the character Diana was badass. She was like, I know nothing. I just know what's good and bad, and she tore people up. Yeah, and then, I love you.
She loves.
Our negatives
I guess we'll go on to our negatives.
Our cons.
The last 15 minutes of the movie.
Oh my goodness.
Besides, so like after we have that fake climax thing we already kind of talked about, she meets the real Ares, and they have like a 15-minute battle where it's literally like Michael Bay came in and started directing the film.
Zack Snyder does not know how to do fight scenes after a certain point. Whoever made the first half of the film, or the first, I should say, the first 3 quarters did not make the last fight scene. It is very obvious, because the last fight scene is people flying straight into each other over and over again.
And there's just a lot of explosions.
There's a lot of it, like, Zack Snyder loves Dragon Ball Z, I swear to God. He is an anime fanboy. There's no other way to put it. He just loves seeing muscular dudes beat the shit out of each other. That's what the whole movie is. And now he's like, I get to get a chick to it. Like, that's what the movie was. That's what the last 20 minutes was. Otherwise, the film was great.
Yeah, I mean, there really wasn't much that I could like criticize about the movie in general. It's like this is our next topic. Is just the music. I hated the music personally. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, the music's so great.
I like it. I don't think it fits the character. I think
it doesn't. Because
I do think it fit the scenes where she was killing German
but it's
dudes.
Seriously like it sounds so robotic. As in, I was sitting in the movie. Shush. I was literally like sitting in the movie thinking like, okay, am I watching Terminator or am I watching Wonder Woman? Because I was like, and it's just like.
I thought Optimus Prime was gonna come out.
Yeah, I know. That's what it seemed like. I just didn't like it.
I think it's fun. I think it's fun.
It was so. I guess the point is it wanted. I think the people that are creating this Wonder Woman movie are trying very hard to separate it from all other superhero movies. That makes sense. So they made like the music itself is even so different than any other superhero movie that is.
It was also very obvious they looked at the first Captain America film and they were like, we like this. I guarantee you Chris Pine is going to come back in some way and be in a hospital bed. He's going to be like catatonic.
The scene at the very end when they're celebrating like the Great Britain's victory and stuff, and she was walking, I thought that she like saw him.
Me too. I was like,
oh my god, he lived somehow.
I was like, this is so stupid. And then she's like, oh god, it's just a picture.
It's just a picture. But it was sweet in a way because she was just like, I love you. So
it was sweet, and they didn't force it. She didn't even say anything. She just looked at it and she walked away.
Yeah,
it was very tasteful.
Very creative, and you don't notice this unless you're actually looking for it. Even like everyone else is waving their flags, like the British Union Jack. She's not waving a flag, but her coat is navy blue and her undershirt is red. Like it matches the flag, so it's kind of interesting. So she's wearing their colors, but she's not like actually flat out being like, "Woohoo, I won!" Because she, even though she won, she did lose.
Oh yeah,
like that one person that like brought her to Earth.
Exactly.
Well, not Earth to
that. Yeah. We're gonna get to that in
modern
a second.
Earth.
Yeah. I think another like small thing about like cons of the film. This is starting. I'm getting nitpicky now. All the characters they introduced besides Chris Pine and Wonder Woman, they were all totally useless. They meant nothing to the film. They were just there to drive moments back to the point. Yeah. Like those other three guys.
Personally, me anyways, you might have felt different. I never got like really connected to any character, whether that be Wonder Woman or Chris Pine. And I'm saying Wonder Woman because I don't know how to pronounce her actual name.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna butcher it. That's why I'm avoiding it.
It's like I can say Chris Pine easily.
We're like the American.
I know. I think it's like Gal Gadot. I don't know. I don't know how to say it, so I'm just saying Wonder Woman. So that is.
Let's look it up real quick. We can edit out the moment.
No, it seriously is.
I want to read it.
Hello, my name is Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot. My name is Gal. We're gonna make
Hello,
fun
my
of it.
name.
We should probably. That's gonna be, and then we're gonna be laughing.
Okay, there was no you didn't get attached to anybody.
I think I got attached to the two main characters.
I really didn't. I was just.
But when
after he died, I was like, oh.
Oh yeah, when I will say when he died, I wasn't like, I was like, oh whatever, like it was very obvious that he was going to. And it was also.
Really? I was like, I didn't think he was going to die. I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a Captain America scenario where.
I was sold.
She was going to be sad in kind of like how Captain America did, where he went to her deathbed and stuff when she was, I can't think of her name right now.
I can't either.
The one that he falls in love with during the war, and then he stays with her, but he of course stops aging. I thought it was going to be that kind of scenario where they were going to bring him back up in in the new Justice League movies.
I still think they might do that, and he's like a catatonic vegetable or something. Like he's just like
he's been frozen in this ice for 10,000.
He's now a super soldier.
He is Captain America.
The Winter Soldier. He just comes back with a metal arm, and everyone's
like what?
This isn't in DC. I think it's time we get to the controversial topics of this review.
Serious talk.
The serious. I think that. It's so interesting that everybody is going, this is a huge step for women, huge empowering moment in film for women. And I will say...
# triggered alert.
I think it's great for women that she's an icon and she is powerful and she does beat the living shit out of people.
Yeah, I think she's an awesome...
She is a powerful character.
Yeah, she is. I think she's a great representation for young girls.
Absolutely.
And women that might be struggling with...
Well, she's about peace.
Yeah, she is. And it's a really great woman and character to have, especially in our political climate that we have today.
Absolutely.
But it's still... I'm sure if you have social media, you have noticed the continuous...
just flood of
Facebook statuses and articles about how empowering Wonder Woman was and how it's the best film for women ever. And it's just kind of yes, it's a great film for women.
It is a good movie.
She is she's an awesome main character. I'm not devaluing her at all. But she's been around for a while.
She's been around for a long time.
It's not like she's brand new. Yeah. She's been around. She was in the comics. If you are an avid reader of DC Comics, you've read her comics. My brother has her comics upstairs in his bedroom, so it's kind of
oh, she's a great character. She's fun to watch. She's interesting.
But it's just people are acting like it's this brand new thing.
It's not. And also, I want to say this real quick about the film. Everybody's talking about how it was directed by a female, and that's great. We need more female directors. However, it was written by 3 men.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing. You can direct a movie and you can twist it a little bit, but if you write a film to be a certain way, it is going to turn out remotely like that script. And you can really tell it was written by guys.
Yes, you can, because I was about to say that. There are parts of the movies that are still why would, as a woman, especially very strong feminists of today, be
who think that sexuality is
not important. It's you should not ever focus on women's sexuality. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Every single time she walked into a room that had new people
you're so beautiful,
that hadn't seen her yet, they were constantly like, wow, you're pretty. Can I have your picture? You're so gorgeous. Why are you the most gorgeous woman alive? And it's kind of
even Chris Pine, who's supposed to be different than most of the men in the movie,
stared at her continuously.
Especially at the beginning of the film, he was like I'm an above average man.
Am I in heaven?
Yeah, exactly. I thought he was gonna say that.
I did too.
Because I'd say that.
I forgot my train of thought.
You're saying that.
I know what I was saying. I was trying to think. For women, you feel like you would want them to be focusing on the fact that she is an awesome superhero.
An individual.
Not that she's pretty.
Yes, exactly.
Which is what I got from most of the film.
That was the thing. It's she's
pretty.
And I will say this. I find this so interesting.
And she is pretty. I'm not saying she's not. That's the problem.
That's not the problem at all. I
don't know how to phrase this and not be offensive.
I might be offensive what I'm about to say, but I don't care. It's the internet. I'm gonna say that modern feminism tends to take being beautiful and being an icon as weakness. When beauty is power, I feel like beauty is power in a man and a woman. If you are attractive, you have influence.
I agree with what you're saying, but I feel like the being beautiful is powerful, but I think you also need to be confident in your beauty, and I do think that Wonder Woman did portray that very well. Like, she never once...
She didn't even comment on it.
Yeah, and I think that was
that was really good.
I think that's part of the reason why a lot of...
There was one scene where she did, and it was to define the male character, and I think that was fine. I think the scene in the bar was fine. I think that was fine. Where he was like, wow, you're so beautiful, like... I need your picture. Like, it's...
and she was like, oh, I'm coming with you. You don't need a picture.
Exactly. Like, I think that was okay. I'm talking about the constant, like, where it didn't stop. If that happened once, that's okay, because they're defining that male character. And they're showing that she's like, well, I am beautiful, and I don't need to be worried about that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's very...
She does have confidence.
And that's awesome.
That is power.
And I think women should be like that, because the more confident you are in yourself, that more beautiful you actually are. So, I mean...
That is
it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Like, you don't want to be egotistical by being like, oh, I'm beautiful, but you also don't want to, like, be down on yourself all the time, because then your true beauty or whatever that you do actually have will never shine through because you're so focused on, like, oh my god, I'm not pretty enough or whatever. Yeah, she never felt like, besides the men, which it might have been a stab at the men, because like it was a constant thing of men being men sexualizing
I'm
her.
not sure if it was. I think it was just because she was beautiful. If it was that, I think it would have been more in depth and there would have been more comments about it. But it was really just like every man goes, you're beautiful. And most of the time she just ignores it, which I think was good. The other thing I was going to comment on, with everybody saying that she's a female character and she's so powerful, it would be great if she was as an individual. I would agree with that. But the problem is, the entire film, she has to have an equal that is a male, and everything that she does has to go through him. He is the... I'm using user representation for visuals. The other person is the catalyst while she is still the instrument.
Well, yeah, like, she wouldn't have even left the island.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm getting at.
If Chris Pine hadn't landed on it.
She wouldn't have left the island. She wouldn't have gotten into war. She wouldn't have killed Ares.
She wouldn't have done anything without him.
She wouldn't have done anything.
And that's not a bad thing.
No, that isn't. That's what I'm saying.
It's like... No, I know, but it's like... Yeah. I do wish, like, people would see that. Like, it's not a bad thing to have...
love people.
To have, like, a counterpart or somebody in your movie. Like... Sidekicks were invented for a reason.
Exactly. Well, it's not just that. It's that you get power through depending on people.
Yeah,
there is not a single person on this planet that is powerful as an individual. You require other people. Yeah. You learn through other people. I don't see why people are like, you have to be your own person. It's okay to love somebody. It's okay to have connection to them. It's okay for them to empower you. I think that should have been the message of the film, and I think everybody's looking at the film and going, she's a woman and she is powerful.
Oh
exactly. And it's like, I don't think you really understand.
To be completely honest, and then there's some people saying, like, it made me cry.
There was no scene
in this movie that made me want to cry.
I've seen that a lot too. I think Jesse even said that. My good friend. I was like, Jesse, is there a moment in that film that should make you cry?
I was just kind of... I mean, it was a good movie. It was good, but I wasn't ever like, oh my god, it's there was so great.
There's nothing in that film that made me go, I learned something about myself, which would usually make me cry.
Well, you're a male. That's because
I'm a male. Kick me off the island. Long story short, I think it's a good movie. I think it's a really good movie. It's a fun blockbuster. Go see it with your family. It's also appropriate. I should say that. There actually is a sex scene, and it's so nice because every single movie these days has to explicitly show you the sex scene, and it's kind of like, I have a 14-year-old brother, and I understand at that age you already like know everything, but it's at the same time, me as an older sister, I feel uncomfortable when I take him to a movie and all of a sudden there's a naked woman on the screen. That's happened a lot lately.
I'm just like,
it's becoming very regular.
Okay.
Well, I will say this: it's not like explicit sex. There is an implied sexual encounter between adults, and it's done very tastefully. It shows nothing. They kiss, and then he's like, they don't say anything. He's about to leave the bedroom.
And then he comes back.
And then they both meet their eyes, and then he comes back and the door closes, and then it's morning.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just...
If you're an adult, you go, oh, they had sex.
Well, I just feel like that's how it scenes like that should be, because it's like, we get it. Like, we know what they're doing. We don't need a porno.
Well, that's what I always say, because I'm a studying and practicing script writer, and I always say, don't write your sex scenes explicitly. Say... they had sex. We all know. If you're an adult, you get it, and you don't need anything else, and it kind of gets gross and creepy. Same with film. There's porn for that, guys. Like, come on. If you're gonna, you have to look for it. When you're watching a Wonder Woman film, you don't want to watch
Yeah, so that was I appreciated that.
sex. I appreciated that too. I think this film did most everything correct. And the only reason I wanted to make this review is because I feel like people on social media are looking at the wrong aspects to comment
raving about it. And
yeah, it's not. It doesn't do that much for women in the way that they're wanting it to do, like the way they're wanting it to act. It's good for women, and we need more movies like this. We definitely need more women directors. We need more women writers. Female writers, excuse me. We need more female protagonists that are strong and aren't just strong for the sake of being like, I am a woman. She was a woman and she used her beauty and her power and her influence, and everybody around her supported her.
She wasn't throwing in your face like, I'm a woman. She wasn't like...
Yes, exactly. The character never did that.
Yeah,
that's
so the character, never mind. I don't even know how to frame that, so I'm not even going to say it.
Well, she never was like, I'm powerful because I am a woman, and then everybody cheered. There was never a scene like that. Yeah. She just is, which I think was the best part.
Yeah.
I think it was a good movie. I think there should have been less of people going, wow, you're beautiful. Like, we all get it, guys. She's Gal Gadot. She's extremely attractive. Gal Gadot.
Gadot.
It's a catchy name. She sounds like a Star Wars character.
Gigi.
I wonder if she's married, right? I wonder if her significant other calls her Gigi. That'd be really cute, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I doubt it.
It's Samantha was like, shut the fuck up. All right, everybody. Final thoughts. Go see it. If you like superhero movies, definitely go see it. If you don't, wait for it. Pay $5 on Amazon when it comes out to rent it. Wait for it to go to Redbox.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
It's good.
This has been After Hours, and we'll see you in the next movie review. I can't do that noise.